Greetings, CBC. Welcome to this week's Sunday warm-up. Before we get into the text for this week, let me just remind us all that this Sunday evening, rather than having In the Word here at the church, we are going to have another Church in the Park event at Owlease Park in Kent at 5 o'clock. So this Sunday, September the 15th, 5 o'clock, Church in the Park at Owlease Park. We'll have some time of worship. We'll have a small gospel message sermon presented, and then the rest of the evening is just open for time of fellowship and some food. If you can bring a side or a side dish, a dessert or something, would love to have that, and just to have you in fellowship and a time of worship with us as we present the gospel to the community there. And we're going to be sending out invites and inviting people to come and be a part of a Sunday night Church in the Park worship event. And then Saturday, September 21st, is a family night fellowship here at the church. Just hanging out, playing some games together, and having some food. Again, if you want to come, bring a side dish. That's at 5:30, Saturday, September the 21st. All right, the text for us this week. We've got 2 weeks left in the book of Romans, and as we finish up this series, really about 9 months of this series, we come to sometimes what's seemingly insignificant portions of the book of Romans, where Paul's wrapping up some things. He's giving some final greetings. He's talking and discussing plans of his upcoming travels and his hopes to get to the folks there in Rome. And so I think it's very easy to kind of gloss over these words. And I think in doing that, we miss really vital insights to what I want to talk about this week is vital insights to what a gospel ministry is and looks like. Not only for the Apostle Paul, or let's say for pastors and missionaries, but for all of us who believe in the gospel, who are called to be living sacrifices, which means we offer our bodies in service to God, which does put us into some kind of category of preacher, missionary, minister for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so what we have in these kind of final greetings are really, really wonderful treasures, insights into Paul's heart for gospel ministry and what that looks like. So to do that, I want to have us begin this week by reading from chapter 1 again. So go back in prep, and we're going to read this together on Sunday. Romans 1 to 17. I really hope that reading that again just brings all sorts of reminders of what we've been studying over the last 9 months. I hope some of the phrases and words he uses there brings back large sections of this series, and we just kind of nod our head and go, I understand what he's talking about. He also talks there at the opening of his calling in being a minister of the gospel and the grace of God, and how that is of utmost importance, which will lead us then into the text that we'll read next. So we're going to open with Romans 1 to 17, and then we're going to read Romans 15, starting in verse 7 and finishing through the chapter in verse 33. So our main text for this week is Romans 15, verses 7 to 33. And I want to talk about these things. Our bullet points are going to be the living for the glory of God, what a ministry of the gospel looks like. And then as we wrap up the last 10 verses or so, I think the Apostle Paul is talking about his ministry journey. And there's two, what I see to be significant lessons we get there. And those two things are, we get firstly a picture of what gospel work looks like, and we get this really neat description of refreshing company, what Christian community looks like. So again, a portion of scripture that might be seemingly insignificant, but a lot of very valuable insights, challenges for us as ministers of the gospel of Jesus Christ. As we think about gospel work and a few things I'd like to talk about with that, take a look at these three passages as well. Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 3. Mark chapter 1, 35 to 39, and Acts 20, 22 to 24. All right, that's it. That's what we're going to be looking at for this week. Certainly be prayerful. Let's read these passages together, and we come prayed up, warmed up, and ready to go. 2 more weeks here in this series, and then the last Sunday of September, our brother Matt Molnar will be preaching, and then for the month of October, we are going to look week by week at the fall feast. Once again from Leviticus 23. So that's what we have coming up over the next month and a half. Blessings to you this week. Prayers for us as a church and our time together, praising and studying the Word together. Looking forward to being with you this Sunday. God bless you.